Watch Tranzeet TV right now.
Miar mo na ultimate comentario uno. Keep watching Tranzeet TV and stay more for premium content. Otra vez, adios.
So what I'm saying is Enyimba have not been so good this season. In the qualifiers for the CAF Confederations Cup, they failed to score goals in that. In fact, it took them penalties for them to qualify for the group stage. So Enyimba have not really.
Tranzeet TV, welcome back again to our NPFL update. And today, of course, we have the regular Musketeers, the second Madam Tranzeet. Isemwa is here. She just came back from Ikene, where she covered the Remo Stars win. And, of course, Victor on the south side, our south side guru, covering things from that end of the country. And we are here today again for our NPFL lovers who want to keep up with happenings in this special Nigerian league. Things are looking up. And we are here today to serve you again a few of the talking points of the league this past weekend. Someone, you are welcome to the show. Victor, good to see you again. How are you guys?
Well, thank good to see you all again.
Victor, how are you?
Well, I'm okay. It's great to be back. It's more like we took a break, but we're back, and that's what matters.
Yes, yes. Samuel, how was your trip to Ikene? I hope there was no issues.
It was fine. It was a smooth trip.
Yeah, Remo is back to winning ways.
Okay.
Yeah, let me start with you. Big wins this weekend. Academy Warriors winning Enyimba 1-0 and making mockery of unbeaten run. Just 2 wins, but have not recorded any loss this season so far. What's your take on that feature? How did that happen, and how have they managed to stay unbeaten with just 2 wins in the season?
I like the way you said it, making mockery of an unbeaten run. Well, an unbeaten run is an unbeaten run now.
Yeah.
So far, they've not had any loss. And for me, El Canary Warriors, they've actually been impressive this season. They've really played really good football. Considering the fact that they came from the lower division, which is the NNL, and a lot of persons, they didn't really have expectations with, El Canary Warriors, considering the kind of result they have, staying unbeaten after 7 games they've played so far. And, they are the defending champions of the League Cup. So a lot of persons, because they are the defending champions of the League Cup, they qualified for the CAF Confederations Cup. And their performance in the CAF Confederations Cup qualifiers, it was actually subpar, and they did not really play well. A lot of persons were disappointed. And, that performance lowered the expectation of fans of what they will expect from the Canary Warriors. But so far, so good. I've been impressed because they've shown that they can score goals, and they are unbeaten so far. I don't know how they do it. Their last game, they came back from behind, to draw the last game against Lobby Stars. It was really, really phenomenal because I thought that would be Amokachi's first win. But unfortunately, that was not his first win. El Caneme were just, proving stubborn, unbeaten so far. We'll see how that goes for them.
Yeah, like what the Enyimba fan that we had at that time came here and, like you said, lower the expectation of fans from Enyimba. But of course, we know they're a strong team in the league. They're always going to be at the top of the league table, somewhere around there. How did this one happen? Enyimba is third on the league. How did that happen? One would have thought that Enyimba at least will get a draw from that game. How did that game pan out?
Well, Enyimba have not been so fantastic. Although it's still early days in the season. It's just 8 games played so far this season. But for me, generally speaking, from what I've seen from Enyimba this season, I think they've not clicked yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have good crop of players and team, good young talented players, but I feel like they've not clicked. In their last game, I followed it up and they really, really struggled in that game. They played against Niger Tornadoes.
Yeah,
they played against Niger Tornadoes, and Niger Tornadoes got the first goal, I think, after halftime in the second half. And then, I think it was in the first half. I don't have the stats in my head, but they led. What I'm trying to say is that they led for a good number of time. And Enyimba had to fight, and they kept fighting until they got that 75th minute goal in the second half. But they had to settle for a draw. So what I'm saying is Enyimba have not been so good this season. In the qualifiers for the CAF Confederations Cup, they failed to score goals in that. In fact, it took them penalties for them to qualify for the group stage. So Enyimba have not really proven to their fans what they should expect this season. They are third on the table. It's pretty much okay, pretty much balanced. But Enyimba on the road, Enyimba at home, not springing confidence about the Enyimba we know.
Yeah. I mean, that means the guy was right. The fan that we had here on the show, you remember in the beginning of the season, that said that he doesn't think that Enyimba will do anything serious this season. And I was surprised that an Enyimba fan could say that, but it looks like he knew what he was talking about. Yeah, Afan, before we continue, let me get to Samoa. Let's give you a rundown of the results for this last weekend. Bayelsa United beat Heartland again 1-0. Academy Warriors remain unbeaten, 1-0 win over Enyimba. Abia Warriors, surprise win, another one of the big wins of the weekend. Beat Plateau United 3-1 at home. Sunshine Stars won their game at home to Nasarawa United. Kano Pillars, with the help of Ahmed Musa, drew at home to Kwara United. Kano Pillars, you remember, beat Rangers at Enugu 3-0. 3-2, right? A couple of weeks ago. And Ahmed Musa was very instrumental to that result, scoring 2 goals and providing 1 assist. And you also, today you have Ikorodu City. I think this should be their first win of the season, 4-2 win over Lobby Stars. And the Niger Tornadoes lost at home to Rivers United, who have maintained their unbeaten run, being at the top of the table under the tutelage of ex-international Finidi George. And Shooting Stars won at home to Katsina United. And the last result that came in is Akwa United 0-0 against Rangers International. Yeah, Asamoah, you went to Kenya to cover the Remo game, Remo Stars versus, who did they play that game against? Bendel Insurance. Sorry?
Bendel Insurance.
Yeah, volume is good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so how did you see the game? It was a hard-fought 1-0 win for Remo against Bendel Insurance, who somehow, they've not been poor, but somehow they've maintained some decent results and the position on the table. How did you see that game? But meanwhile, before you say anything, let's welcome my friend Ugum, my brother. He's been here for Tranzeet. I'm sure you guys will have seen his videos. He's been here from day one. Always makes time to stop by. Ugum, this is Samoa and Victor. The ones pulling strings for Tranzeet TV in Nigeria.
Yeah, I've heard so much about Victor and Samoa. Very nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for the great work you're doing in Nigeria.
Thank you. Wow, glad to have you with us.
Yeah, so Samoa, let's hear from you. I know you've already filed your report, which is already in the studio. For our fans, I want to see the highlight of that game and the coach's interview. Samoa already filed his report. The video is up there in the studio. You can go and if you want to see exactly what happened in that game. But Samoa, now we have you live on the studio. How did you see the game?
Okay, for the game between Remo Stars and Bendel Insurance, it was a very interesting game. Looking at the performance, the current form of Remo Stars and Bendel Insurance, everybody thought Remo Stars would beat Bendel Insurance nothing less than 3 goals to nothing. But it came as a surprise. But the performance Bendel Insurance brought to the game, it was on another level. They surprised everybody. They even came with their supporters club, just like bringing the full Benin City to Ogun State. So it felt like a home game for them as well. But the problem that really dragged Bende Insurance back is that they had unclinical finishing. Like they were able to find the net. The forward, they have issues with the striker, the forward was, apart from that, the midfield, the defensively they were really good. For Remo Stars, I think the last time they met, the last time Ben Insurance met Remo Stars at the Ikeni Stadium, it ended in 2-0 win for Remo Stars. So I feel Coach Monday or DJ, he kind of studied Coach Daniel's tactics and kind of know where to get hold of him. So it was really difficult for Remo Stars. Even their midfield was like a mess. Remo Stars managed the performance from Remo Stars and was let me say 20%, while from Bende Insurance was I would say 80%. But the good thing was that Remo Stars were able to find the net on time, and I feel because of the home environment, home game advantage, home fans as well. I feel that was what just helped Remo Stars, because I feel if this game was in Obemudia Stadium in Benin City, Remo Stars would have lost woefully because they did not really play well at all. But Bende Insurance played a good game. They played football yesterday.
Yeah, I saw the clips from that game. Even the goal, I think it was a little mix-up or mistake by a Bende Insurance defender, and Remo pounced on that mistake and got their goal. I'm not very surprised. I haven't seen what Bende Insurance have been doing. They're not up there on the table, but they've been very decent. I think anybody playing against Bende Insurance they have to be ready, because they're not a team that you can just write off. It looks like they're trying to do bits. Victor, let me ask you, considering that result and what you said in the beginning of the season, Remo Stars, they've been there top 2, top 3 every season, the last 3 seasons. And now I remember you saying that this season they have to win. They need to try and find a way to win the league. But Finidi George and his boys have a different plan. They've remained unbeaten and currently on the top of the table. Do you think Remo, struggling against teams like Bende Insurance, do you think they can still? I know it's early days. What do you think about them and their title credentials?
I'm just smiling because I'm thinking about the last 3 seasons where Remo Stars had the chance to win the league, and Eimba stopped them. After Eimba, the first one was Rivers that stopped them, then Eimba, then Enugu was there. And now, just when all of us thought this is Remo Stars City, nothing is stopping them. And to be honest, no one gave Rivers United a chance. And here we are with Remo with Rivers United, going head to head. For me, it's still early days. Mm-hmm. It's just 8 games that have been played so far. And the league is a marathon. Definitely there will be mistakes that will be made. And Rivers United too, they will definitely make mistakes. And I don't think Rivers United can do an invincible. So what Remo Stars has to do is capitalize on the mistake that, whoever is chasing them would make. Rivers could drop and then Eimba start chasing them for the title race. Like I said, it's a long season. We are just early days in the season. By January, February, we'll start seeing that the table will start maturing and we'll know the real contenders. But for now, Remo Stars need to try as much as possible to
stay in touch.
Not just stay at the top, because if you just stay at the top, you can lose your home games and still stay at the top. Remo Stars need to ensure that they get maximum results. No, at home first. They shouldn't drop any point at home, because if they are playing, if eventually Rivers United is going to challenge for the title, because they are currently topping the table. Rivers United, I can tell you, the last time Rivers United lost their game at home was in 2021. So Rivers United they are almost unbeaten at home. So nobody can. Everyone coming to Port Harcourt know that they won't even beat Rivers United at home. If you even get a draw, you'll have to struggle for it. So for Remo, they just have to ensure that they win all their games at home and try to ensure that they pick some points away from home. It would be easy, but they should just try their best. And I feel like Remo Stars will be challenged a bit this season. Because
you mentioned that what happens. So yeah, but let me ask you again. Could you see it is another young team that's coming to the league and they've been struggling? They managed to win Lobby Stars over the weekend, 4-2. What did you make of that game?
Today,
this morning.
Today, at first they were leading. This City was leading 2-0. Then Lobby Stars equalized. They scored the first goal, equalized. Then later on, I think towards the second half, then Ikorodu scored the third goal and the fourth one. For me, Ikorodu City has actually improved because if you look at their last 2 games, plus them making it 3 games, their last 3 games, they've not lost anyone. They won one. They drew the other one, and today they won again. And goals are raining. And they also changed. And the coach, I remember this win started when the coach resigned. Their previous coach resigned. So even if you look at Ikorodu's play, you will know that they know what they are doing. They play like they know what they are doing. But just final touches and finishing they were having issues there. So maybe the new coach, their current acting coach, has found a way to fix that problem. That's why they've been able to put 1 or 2 together and started scoring goals. So now now they are 17th. Before they were
the bottom of the table.
Now they are 17th on the table with 8 points. So to an extent, I think
they're making progress.
They're making progress, like other NNL teams that came, and like other teams that got promoted from the NNL, like El Kanemi, Nasarawa United. So they're making progress as well. So the league is still open. Like we have like 30 more match days to go. So a lot of things will happen.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, Victor. So let's let's hear about the Rivers United away win over Niger Tornadoes. How did that game pan out? And what exactly, was there any high point to that game?
Well, I will not lie to you, and I'll be very honest. I knew the game was today, and I had 0 expectations because we are traveling all the way from. We played the game on Thursday against Shooting Stars. And then from there, we're moving to Mina to go play Niger Tornadoes. I had 0 expectations. And because I knew that the team, they were not flying, they're traveling by road. And all the tired legs come play on Monday. So I had 0 expectations. And when the game started, the game was not live on TV, but I was following all the updates. And halftime 0-0 was like, what's going on? And Niger Tornadoes, they've proven to be a side that are actually good. This is a side that just picked off points from Aimba. So a lot of them expected them to finish Rivers United today. And then all of a sudden, a goal came in on the 48th minute, Saifa Jackson scoring. And that was it. They were able to hold on to their own. One thing that's good, Rivers United are really good at this season is defending. They're really good at defending, especially away from home where they know that they don't have so much time in attacking. Because they don't, the odds doesn't favor them because they're playing away from home. And Niger Tornadoes themselves, they knocked. But Rivers United were very resolute in defending. In fact, towards the end of the game, the goalkeeper, Osage, had to make a 9-minute save. And everyone was really, because the fans in Niger Tornadoes, they bought ticket to go. Some paid 1,000, some paid 500. Only to witness their team losing.
Exactly.
So for me,
I know those fans in the north side of Nigeria, they don't play.
Yeah. So for me, I will give it to the tactical brilliance of Finidi George for doing a really good job, and then the players for knowing what to do per time, you know, knowing when to defend, knowing when to attack, because Rivers United also had their moments in the attack. So for now, they're unbeaten. See how that goes for them.
Yeah, just to close, I'm not going to ask you, Samoa. Let me ask Victor, because you already have your opinion. Victor, is it that Amunike Amunike doesn't have what it takes to help Heartland, or Heartland is just a hopeless team? What's going on? This trouble is continuing. I don't want to ask to that's why I'm not asking her. Samoa, please don't put mouth in this one.
Well, saying they're a hopeless team is actually a very, very funny, you know, statement, because the name of the governor is Uzodinma. So saying they are hopeless, I think they have their governor who is there to back them. They have Amunike who has the tactical brilliance. But the thing is, I think they've stepped up. They are now picking up points. Their last game, they lost. Okay, yes, they lost. But it was a controversial loss because they had a goal that was ruled out for offside. And, you know, from the replays, the angle I've seen, it looked like a really legitimate goal, but the referee ruled it as an offside. And then, so far, they've had decent results. Now, can they build on it? That's the question. And the thing for Heartland is that they recruited a lot of young players into the team, like literally young boys that don't have they don't have experience in the Nigerian Professional Football League. And I feel that's why I've always, you know, clamored that Amunike made a big mistake taking that job. So I don't know how well and how far they can go. So far this season, we have seen teams that are struggling. Aqua United, they are struggling. Well, Ikorodu City, they were struggling, but now they are 3 games unbeaten. Heartland themselves are struggling. So if I don't even know how to put it, if they are able to not struggle better than the other teams that are struggling, then they'll survive out of relegation. But we'll see how it goes. It's still early days, just like Isemoa said. We have 30 more games before the end of the season. We'll see if Heartland can survive relegation. But for now, they're still in that red zone.
Another thing concerning the Amunike helping, sometimes you have to observe, like, there are some things, you look at the players' performance, then you will know that, okay, it's probably the coaching or the teaching that they are getting that is the problem. Why some things, you will look at them and you just know that, okay, the players are actually the problem. For example, you see Ikorodu City, like I said before, Ikorodu City, the players play like they know what they were doing. They came from NNL, same players came from NNL. But you see now they changed the coach, and as soon as the coach left, he resigned because he said because of his mental health. He wants to protect his mental health, and he left. And they brought in another active coach. And you see that things have turned for the better. Now we can say that, okay, it was the coaching that was the problem. Yes, coaching was the problem. Even these people will not want to admit it, but the coaching was the problem. Why there are some things that you will say, no matter the coach you bring, even if you bring Pep Guardiola to Heartland, if you don't fish out those players, if you don't use seed to see them out, they are not going anywhere. That's just this shot.
So, I didn't ask you any question on this matter.
But I will have to say
I didn't ask you any question on this matter. I told you not to talk about Heartland. I don't know when you just sneak in I know you must say something about Heartland. Leave me and Amunike alone now, please. I'm begging you. Leave me and Amunike alone. Is it?
We'll manage it like that.
Okay. We'll go over to you from Roundup.
Yeah. No, just adding, as far as Amunike is concerned, if Heartland sticks with Amunike, I predict a top 6 finish for Heartland. You know, you guys have said it over and over. Only 6 games, or how many games? 5, 6 games into the season. 8 games. 8 games. There's still a long way to go. And I think it was Samoa that mentioned that. Is it Samoa or Victor that mentioned that they bought a lot of young players? Amunike is a solid coach. Solid coach. Proven as far as I'm concerned. All he would need will be time to adapt. He's also new to the Nigerian league in terms of coaching. since he's been out for a long time. So maybe they'll give him time. He'll be able to get them up to speed.
Okay, we'll see. Heartland is my team, and that's why I've banned Osama officially on this channel not to talk about Heartland, because I'm also a Remo Stars fan, and I want Remo Stars to win the league. But please allow my Heartland to come to top 5. Please support Heartland. Please don't talk about Heartland again on this.
No, we are saying top 5. What's now?
Yeah, this guy though. Okay, guys, thank you. It's been fun. It's always fun talking about Nigerian League. Like I said, our viewers out there, that league is coming up. The league is coming up. The fans are up for it. The players are doing better. A lot of the playing pitches. I know we talked about officiating in the past as well. The toughs where the playing surfaces were not as good as it can be. But right now, I can tell you most teams in Nigeria have good playing tough. Yeah, a few of them are still have issues, but if you are in Nigeria, anywhere in the world, when you go home, make out time to go and watch your local team play. I guarantee you will enjoy it. Some more travels all around the west side. Victor is always on the road, not just because of the work that we do, but just because they enjoy what they go to see and the fun that happens in those stadiums. We'll continue to try to bring you highlights and videos and talking points or whatever news that's happening in the league as we can. But please, if you are in Nigeria, anytime you travel home, are you in America, in the UK, Europe, wherever you are, when you touch down in Nigeria, make out time to go and see one or two of these games, and you can understand what we're talking about. Guys, thank you for always making time to stop by and give us the talking points and news from the league. Continue to do this every week for our viewers, and we'll see you again next week. Ciao.
All right.